don't shoot film. I'm not trying to be controversial here. I just think if you're a beginner, I don't think you should shoot film. Excuse me, sir. Do you mind if I get your portrait? Just hear me out. I'm being kind of serious here. I think if you genuinely want to excel at photography, I don't think shooting film is the best way for you. Starting out, at least. Shooting film is actually a terrible way of learning photography. As a beginner, you need to get your reps in, as they say. There's a beautiful saying in photography by the legendary Henri Cartier-Bresson that your first 10,000 photos are your worst. I'd like to take that a bit further. Let's say you're a newbie, you get a new Canon A1 because some stupid YouTuber told you that it's the only SLR you'll ever need. So you buy a ton of film, you shoot your first 50, 100 photos. It's extremely exciting, it's new, it's fun. You absolutely love showing off your new toy to all your friends, and all your friends think you have a lot of depth and you're really cool. You look at the mirror and you think to yourself, yeah, that's me. I'm a photographer now. So you get another SLR, maybe a few more lenses. How about a point and shoot? Hey, let's throw in a medium format camera in there. But then between your 100th and 200th photo, the fun starts to wear off. Your friends care less and less that you shoot film. And then you look at your negatives and you realize that your photos are just kind of crap. The anticipation and excitement of waiting to see how your photos turn out is completely cancelled out by the disappointment of seeing noisy, underexposed, blurry pictures of your pet. I take pictures of Londoners. I like the flowers in your bag. Okay. Can I see them with flowers? Yeah. Perfect. Thank you, man. Then, one chilly, lonely evening, you realise you've spent nearly £1,000 collecting cameras and you're still not a good photographer. Okay, I'm not talking about myself, okay? I'm not. What most people don't realise is that getting really good at film photography requires a long-term commitment, both financially and emotionally. For every good photo, there's at least 10 to 20 photos that you won't like. Sometimes you can go months without a good photo. Likewise, there are weeks where you just absolutely kill it.
Certainly.
Can I? Can I get you standing in the light here? I've seen you around so many times. I've always wanted to take your picture. Yeah, that's really nice. Just hold that there. Just one more so the back up. Thank you.
Will you stay with me?
But what about all the film photographers on Instagram who are absolutely killing it with film every single day? Again, they don't show you their bad photos. A lot of people say, I take better photos when I shoot film because I'm taking more time with every photo. It slows me down, man. I compose every photo way more. Like I'm thinking about the composition and like the lighting like way more. So yeah, and you know, I just wait for like the light to come over the crest of the hill, and just when it's there, and yes, that is 100% true. You know, when I shoot film, my keeper ratio is way higher than when I shoot with digital. However, there's a teeny bit of context that they're missing out. That's experience. How do you know what makes a good photo if you've never shot any before? How do you know what settings is required to properly meter for your subject and scene if you have no idea? If you go out for a night shoot and all you bring is 200 speed film, a slow lens and no tripod, then buddy, you're in the wrong hobby. Can you build up that experience shooting purely film from the get-go? Yeah, duh, of course you could. However, remember that saying 10,000 photos? How about we do the maths right there, okay? So it's 10,000 photos, right? So it's 10,000 photos. Let's divide that by 36 because there are 36 exposures per 35mm roll. To get about 278, times that by, let's say, £7 on average per roll. So times that by £7, and that's just under £2,000 just for the roll itself. Okay, so now we need to develop it and scan it. So a good lab costs about £20. So £20 times that by how many rolls of film was that? 277. Okay, lovely, 5,540 just for the scanning and developing. So your grand total for 10,000 photos will be, so it was 1,944. Ooh, a bargain at £7,484 for 10,000 photos. And remember, those are your worst photos. And to be honest, I think most people would probably give up after the 500 photo mark. They'll just see that they're not very good at something that costs them a lot of money, and so they stop altogether and put up all their gear on eBay. The point of this video is to prevent this from happening to you. The key to getting better at photography is being consistent for a long time, and the likelihood you'll commit to that journey is quite low, in my opinion, if all you shoot is just film. Take it from me, shooting film doesn't make the photo good. Bear that in mind, in the beginning, you need to be able to shoot carelessly and freely. You need to shoot without the fear of mistakes making you broke. You hear this theory a lot in photography. The theory goes that if I shoot film, I'll be more selective and thoughtful with my shots. Therefore, I'll take better shots. When in reality, if you're a beginner, you'll be too scared to make a mistake and you won't take enough photos and therefore stifle your own progress. You know, when I started out, I shot film for a few months and then I realized I wasn't very good. So I picked up a secondhand X Pro 2 and a vintage Olympus OM 50mm f1.8, and I shot that exclusively for a good few months whilst I learned how to take photos that got me really excited. In the beginning, you really need to learn the rules of photography and all the technicalities of exposure and dynamic range, and shooting digital allows you to do that without that huge financial burden, especially if you get an older digital camera. The X Pro ones, the XT1s, shit, even the original 5D from Canon is still an incredible camera. I bet Leo will still be telling you that the X Pro one is still worth it in 2030, mark my words. Once you get all your shite photos out of your system and learn the fundamentals and the rules, shall we say, you can then keep the ones, and you'll know which ones to keep, that apply to you, and or dispose of all of them altogether and really start having fun. At least now, the majority of the money you spend on film will go towards making good photos rather than costly mistakes. For example, sometimes you might deliberately overexpose a photo to give a bright, cheerful tone to a scene. Other times you might deliberately underexpose to make the photo really gritty and serious and moody. Even experienced photographers shoot more bad photos than they do good ones. Do not get me wrong, I'm still learning. I still feel like I don't know anything about photography. I'm at this point of the Dunning-Kruger curve. That's why I still shoot both film and digital. Before last week, I hadn't shot a roll of 35mm for almost 2 months because of the pandemic and all this stuff. I knew that the likelihood of me shooting any bangers was pretty low and it wasn't worth me shooting any film. But at the same time, I didn't want to spend 2 months not shooting anything. I wanted to keep my skills sharp, and that's why I kept on shooting, but with my X100V. Now, of course, I'm not saying don't shoot film ever. We need more people shooting film to keep it alive. No, I'm saying specifically, if you're a beginner to photography and you have high ambitions of becoming really good at photography, shooting purely film in the beginning will not get you there. Learn with digital first, then when you're ready, come over to film and lose all your money with the rest of us, okay? Anyways, guys, thank you for watching the video. Follow me on Instagram at Zain Reads the Photo. Subscribe if you haven't already. Keep learning, keep shooting. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.